We are live from Amway Center for an Eastern Conference contest with the Magic in Orlando. The Knicks will end the road trip here before heading back to New York. They come into this one very confident. They feel like this is a game they should win against a team that struggled. We'll see if they can take care of business.
Well, they've had an edge here against this club, having beaten them twice already, and they've got 2 more matchups with them. I think they'd love nothing more than to continue their dominance with a win tonight.
So Magic making a change here. Nicholson's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. J.R. Smith's checked in for Dalembert. And New York looking at who they've got. Shumpert and Anthony are at the forward slots. Calderon and Smith are the 1 and the 2. And it's Stoudemire in at the pivot, manning the middle. Clock at 6. Calderon, that's good. Calderon's got 5.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
Mr. Perfect, he's checked in for Fournier. And it's making a change here as well. Hardaway's checked in.
Well, Jose Calderon, a huge boost offensively at point guard. He's a terrific floor general, sets up his teammates nicely, takes good care of the ball, and he's a top-tier marksman. In the NBA, we call those guys lasers. He can do it off the bounce or spotting up.
Ben Gordon's checked in for the Magic. Bargnani is checked in for New York. Pablo Prigioni comes in for Jose Calderon. Harris outside. Passes it to Mr. Perfect. Fires the 3. Knicks with the rebound. He talks Steve about Calderon shooting. In his career, he's led the league in both free throw percentage and three-point percentage.
I guess the trade-off is defensively. I mean, he's solid, not spectacular, but his shooting is such a problem for defenses, and especially when you pair him with good players like Dallas did a year ago. Boy, he can really play and space that floor.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Gordon kicks to Vucevic. He tries for 3, and he gets it to go. No problem on the 3 from Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect's got his first 3 points of the game. The Knicks leading by 3. Here's Prigioni, averaging 8 points a game. Outside Hardaway. The dish now to Prigioni. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from 12. Rebounded by Vucevic.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
Gordon dishes to Nicholson. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Back to Gordon. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Prigioni. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
No good for Mr. Perfect. Here's Prigioni. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. New York shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Well, impressive free throw shooting as a team this season, right around that 78% mark.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season. Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Green. Shot is off. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And from the floor for Orlando. And a new group in for the Knicks. Bargnani is checked in for Dalembert. Anthony comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Smith. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Jose Calderon. Nicholson is the forward, Vucevic at the 5. Mr. Perfect out there with Gordon, and it's Harris in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando. The Magic trail by 7. Here's Vucevic, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami. Carmelo Anthony, one of the league's elite scorers, no doubt.
No question about it, Kevin. I mean, really versatile as a threat. He can back you down because he's strong. He's a lot stronger than people realize. He can bump and grind with the best of them, and he can face you up. He's got the quick release. He can pull up off the dribble. He can catch and shoot. He can post. He can get to the offensive glass. I think he's become a much more consistent threat from long range as well, so that's why he's got a career scoring average of around 25 a game.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Thank you, Kevin. As everyone knows, Amar'e Stoudemire has had to battle back from his share of numerous injuries, and he switched to a vegan diet in order to help stay healthy. He said it was tough, and when asked which foods he missed the most, he said, "I love chicken and I love Chilean sea bass. I missed it, but I wanted to stay strong." Guys?
Interesting. Thanks, Doris.
Well, you look at Carmelo Anthony, his quick release. Defenders have to play him close, but then he has the quickness and the strength, along with the ball handling, to get by his man and get right to the rim. No question, he's a really difficult cover.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
To the middle, changes up, and it's good on the layup. Anthony's got 8 points.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one. And the question for Carmelo Anthony is a hard one to answer. When will he win that first title? He might not. There's no guarantees that just because you're a great player that you're going to win an NBA title. He was the 3rd pick in 2003. He is the only player among those top 5 picks yet to win a ring. I'm sure it's a motivating factor, but it takes more than motivation to win one of those rings.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. The Knicks have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. And the first one drops. The Knicks making a switch here. Both good from the line that time.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
7 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Mr. Perfect. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. New York ahead as they wrap up the second.
Well, Carmelo, what?
Okay, let's get it together, guys. We're not that far out of it, and it's not going to take much to get...
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been...
Let's see what you got, son.
Oh, I got plenty.
Vucevic. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Channing Frye. And it's Green in for Tobias Harris. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Smith checked in for Iman Shumpert. Setting the floor for the Knicks. J.R. Smith and Melo filling out the perimeter. Stoudemire out there with Dalembert. And it's Calderon in at point guard. And Dalembert kicks to Smith. Clock at 4. Banked in off the glass. Smith's got 12 points now in the quarter.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's had.
Orlando making some changes. Mr. Perfect comes in for Evan Fournier. And Gordon subbed in for Payton. And then for New York, Bargnani is checked in for Dalembert. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Amar'e Stoudemire. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jose Calderon. Now here's Gordon. He's guarded closer. And that one goes long.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Prigioni passes to Carmelo. He kicks it to Smith. New York moving it around. It's Hardaway that time on the assist by Smith. Hardaway has got his first 2 points of the night.
Solid work right there. And again, the field goal percentages. Look at the discrepancy between these two teams in the second half.
Well, you're right. We've got one team moving crisply to get good shots and the other team just a bit stagnant. Pretty passive. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to the Heat in Miami.
Well, they were lucky it wasn't a blowout because they didn't put forth a very strong performance in that one.
Yeah, they just couldn't find anything to work for them, Steve. No matter what approach they used, it was futile.
Takes a shot at the elbow. Second chance shot, and Anthony lays it up and in. Anthony's got 12.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
You know, I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
The Magic making a switch here. Nicholson's checked in. Here's Prigioni, guarded by Green. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Well, Tim Hardaway Jr., drafted after his junior season at Michigan, had a terrific first season with the Knicks. Skilled scorer, very good shooter from deep, and the ability to put the ball on the floor and get out in transition. I think he's got a chance to be an excellent player.
And Hardaway still showing restraint in the NBA. We've seen flashes of his ball handling and his explosiveness, but most of his shots came from long range.
Yeah, and that's the one area that he'll have to continue to sharpen up, is his ability to shoot off the dribble and take care of the ball and make plays. But his work ethic says that that'll happen in due time.
Dedmon's shot is off.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Green with the ball. Shot by Gordon, wide open. The long distance three is buried. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
How about the creativity, guys? Terrific vision to pick out that pass. And
Let's go. You're up.
My time.
Comes in for Andrew Nicholson, and Harkless is subbed in for Tobias Harris. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. They've got Vucevic. Payton is out there with Evan Fournier. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Harkless in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the matchup. Here's Hardaway, and the Knicks miss again.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open. I think it happens far too often.
Mr. Perfect, he's checked in for Evan Fournier. And then for New York, Jason Smith, he's checked in for Stoudemire. Outlaw comes in for Hardaway, and it's Larkin in for Jose Calderon. Here's Payton. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter.
you know, guys, every coach would love to play his star player every minute of an NBA season, but it's impossible given the limits of endurance and the risk of injury. It's basically a balancing act. I think teams are becoming wiser, though, in terms of keeping players fresh and helping them recover between games.
Outside jumper. Connects on the 17-footer.
Well, they haven't gotten much production from him, but yeah, they remain in the lead.
For Orlando, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Payton drives in. Here's Harkless. Offline with his 3.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question, and that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Smith with a screen on Payton. Shot off the pick. Nice shot by Larkin.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Payton dishes to Vucevic.